Hey, hi, hello, friends. We're back for another AmberLynn read alert. So let's jump right into it. There's 2 weeks worth of stuff, but I'm not going to do 2 weeks worth of videos. I'm actually just going to do the last week of videos. Sorry I missed the video last week. My brother was here. I got busy. There's not much happening with Amber most of the time anyway, so I don't really think it makes sense to try and catch up on that. If there's anything, I might go back and do a retro react on it. Anyway, let's jump right into it. She made 3 videos this week, 2 of which I'm going to discuss, one of which is completely pointless. So she made the first video that I want to talk about is her weight loss. Is she getting weight loss surgery? The second video that she made is her ColourPop haul, which is the one that I'm probably not going to go into because there's really not much there to say. And then the last video that she made is doing another answering TMI questions about herself, and I do want to get a little bit into that. Yeah, so let's get into it.
My anxiety is through the roof. I take medicine for it, but medicine can't fix everything.
Medicine can't fix everything. Truer words have never been spoken. Yes, medicine can't fix everything. I really wish that she would internalize this though, because that's the way that she treats her mental health. The way that she looks at mental health is that, I'll just take the pills and then I won't do any of the other work that comes with it and then I'll be fine, which doesn't really work because mental health requires more than just taking some pills. If it was that easy, nobody would be mentally ill, right? If it was easy just to cure it with just a couple of pills, everyone would go for that. Unfortunately, it also requires a lot of working on yourself. It requires digging a little bit deep down and figuring out, hey, what could possibly be wrong? What, am I not talking about here? What issues are there? All of those things combined. And I don't think she's doing any of that.
So the real topic that I wanted to talk about, hold on, what? I forgot how I'm doing my makeup. Ugh, I forgot what I was doing. So the real topic for today's video is I really want to talk about weight loss surgery. I used to never want it. Never. People are always like, that's the easy way out, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, no, that's the hard way in. The hard way in, honey. Yeah, I used to never want weight loss surgery because the fact that, in my opinion, and hopefully in everyone's opinion, weight loss surgery is the hard way. It's the hard way to go. You're literally getting your insides tampered with. Literally. And there's so much things that you have to do beforehand, and doctors you have to see, therapists you have to talk to. Don't even get me started on a 2-week liquid diet, sometimes a month. You're literally going under anesthesia, your whole life is going to change.
I wish people would stop with this idea that weight loss surgery is the easy way out or the hard way out because you're getting your stomach cut open. It is neither an easy way nor a hard way. It is a tool, right? You have a bag of tools. It is another tool that we have in our toolbox to fight obesity. Some people do very well on various types of weight loss surgery. Other people do not do very well and instead do better with diet and exercise. Some people need therapy, right? All of these are various tools that people have to fight the issues that are leading them to become massively overweight. So the idea that one is easier, especially this idea that weight loss surgery is easy. If you guys knew the true extent of what weight loss surgery requires, I don't think anybody would think it's easy. It's actually a very difficult, grueling process, especially emotionally. And I really wish this idea would end because I think that stigmatization of weight loss surgery leads to a lot of people believing falsely that weight loss surgery is easy and therefore anyone who gets weight loss surgery is a cheater and they don't want to pursue it. I think one of the reasons why Amber doesn't want to pursue it in the past at least was because she's oh yeah, it's the easy way out. If I do something, I'd rather people think that it was all me. No, even with weight loss surgery, it's still all you. You still have to take the necessary steps to get to that point where you can get weight loss surgery and for the surgery to be successful.
It's a big decision, in my opinion. And I just feel like it's what I want to do for myself. And I really want to lose weight. I want a better life for me and for my loved ones, and like, I don't want to have Becky worry, you know, if I'm gonna die in my sleep. Yes, that can happen to skinny people, but at my weight, there's a bigger chance of that happening now. And I don't want that for her. I want to be there for her. I want to be there for my fur babies. I want to be there for my mom. Ultimately, I want to be there for myself. I'm willing to put in the work to get weight loss surgery. I want to save my life.
I actually really agree with a lot of what she's saying in this video, and I really appreciate the words that are coming out of her mouth. I support them, and I support the ideas that she's presenting. Unfortunately, I don't really know how realistic any of this is. If you guys remember when she'd done her I'm back on YouTube video, when she'd been gone after she quit Vlogmas partway through, she had made this video talking about how she'd gone to see a weight loss surgeon and she'd been turned down. And one of the reasons was because her mental health wasn't at the state where they could give her weight loss surgery and expect for the aftercare of it to be successful. And I don't know if she's done anything in the meantime to try and address any of those issues. I think a lot of them are still like there. Her mental health is still in a bad place because that's the one part that she refuses to address. She will change her diet, she changed her house, she's changed partners, she's changed everything about her except for her mental health care. Right? Until she has a handle on that, until she actually gives therapy a good old-fashioned college try, I don't think any program is going to work for her, because Amber's issue, yes, technically it's that she eats too much, but the why of why she eats too much is very important. Amber has serious shit in her past that she's not dealing with, and because she isn't dealing with it, she overeats. And rather than trying to deal with any of that, she's just ignoring it. She's hoping if she ignores it long enough, it'll go away. And unfortunately, the thing that she wants to go away is her own past. It won't work. Short of getting amnesia, it's not going to work.
My favorite. I do get people asking me quite a lot, do I think I'm going to lose viewers by getting weight loss surgery? And honestly, yes. I, without a doubt, think that people's downfall is a lot more entertaining than their glow up. People like drama, people like train wrecks, and by me losing weight, I will lose viewership. I will. It's that simple.
I don't think that she'd actually lose that many subscribers if she successfully started losing weight and did weight loss surgery. She might lose some. There's a good portion of people who watch Amber right now because she's a train wreck and because they like watching that. But there's a lot of people out there who she would pick up because she's an inspiration now, right? A good example of that would be somebody like Obesetobeast or Jordan Shrinks. Both of them have built their brands on people who have lost a massive amount of weight and become healthy. Take Fat Girl Fed Up on Instagram as well, right? She's a good example of that. Amber could successfully do something like that. She's got a big enough audience that even if she loses half of her audience, the remaining half will continue to watch. There's a bunch of people who are very interested in her journey, myself included. I enjoy what's happening in the grand scheme of her life. I don't enjoy a lot of the minutia. It's very boring. But I want to know what's happening because I want her to turn it around. Everybody loves a good underdog story. Do you know how inspirational that would be if she lost a ton of weight and became a skinny legend? It would be great. And I think she would pick up any viewership that she lost.
But it's worth it to save my life. And that also kind of brings me into the subject of people asking have I gained weight for money? So people wouldn't leave my YouTube? The answer is absolutely not. I have been super morbidly obese my whole life.
This is a complicated thought, right? I don't think she's ever really gained weight for money. I don't think it's so much that, I want to gain weight. I want to become fatter so that people will watch. But I definitely think that she has eaten for the camera. And she'll admit as much in one of the videos that I'm going to talk about later on. She's admitted as much as she used to eat sometimes. She used to do mukbangs on camera. Now, the net result of that, she might not have wanted, the weight gain part of it, but definitely the actions she did because she wanted notoriety, she wanted money, she wanted all of that stuff. Another thing is that the money incentivizes her to not lose any weight because now her negative actions, her eating, her train wreck behavior, all of that means that she is getting viewership, right? She's getting hate watches, but still watches. People are still watching her. She's getting a lot of money from YouTube. And it puts her in this weird position where she's like, well, either way, it's a win, right? Either I lose weight and I become skinny, or I don't lose weight and I have a lot of viewership. And because of that mindset, because she's incentivized the lack of weight loss, it makes it harder for her to lose weight cognitively, I mean.
And weight loss surgery is not black and white. There's like beautiful gray areas within it. No, they force you 9 times out of 10 to see a therapist. And I need that. I need that push, So it's like, God, if I got weight loss surgery, it'd be such a blessing. Thoroughly, for the lack of a better word, it would be a blessing.
They do have mental health requirements for a lot of places to do surgery. I did not know this, but in Canada they don't. That's why Chantal is able to get onto the waiting list to get weight loss surgery. But in America, a lot of times they do have mental health care requirements that they need you to complete before you will qualify for weight loss surgery, and for good reason. If you've got a binge eating disorder because you're eating to numb your emotions, and then you get weight loss surgery, you're going to want to continue that pattern of behavior, even though you can't physically eat that much food anymore, and that might lead to like burst staples and stuff like that, and can lead to significantly worse outcomes down the line. So I understand where that's coming from, but getting surgery is not the end of it. I think that once you've gotten to the place where your mental health is stable enough for you to get surgery, you should continue therapy afterwards, because once you get surgery, there are certain aspects of your life that are going to change, and they might change forever. So one that I did not know of that Milk Tea Reacts has talked about on her channel is that your hair falls out. I didn't know that was a thing that could happen, but your hair falls out. Is that something that she's prepared to deal with? And that can bring with it a lot of emotions, right? Like I've told you guys before that I had a hormonal issue myself. I had massive hair loss. There was a point I lost, even now my hair actually isn't recovered. It is maybe like a third of what it used to be. And it was it's very detrimental to my health. It's like my mental health. It was very upsetting to me. I naturally have PCOS, and because of it, I get like hair right around here. And the hormonal imbalance made that a little bit worse and made my hair fall out. And my image of myself shifted to the negative. And that's one of the reasons why, I told you guys I gained a lot of weight because of that whole experience I got when I wasn't really doing the best, like physically. And that's one of the reasons I felt awful about myself. And I was like, well, if I'm hideous and no one's going to love me anyway, I might as well eat myself into oblivion, which didn't make any sense because partner was still there and still loved me. My family was still there. My friends were still there. But I got trapped in that negative space. And I've mentioned in a video before, but I did have some depression going on. Once more, mine was hormonal, and because of the hormonal imbalance more than anything else, but it was still there, right? And so a lot went into that. And those are the things that are really helpful to talk about with a therapist, because they can help you go through your stream of thought, and they can really help you work through those issues that you have so that you don't resort to eating again, right? Because like with any addiction, relapses can happen. And you want to avoid that as much as possible when you've done something as severe as surgery.
Like when I tell people I want weight loss surgery, like all people can tell me is like all this negative stuff. Like it's mainly coming from like haters and such, but I'm just like, what the heck? You guys really don't want to see me succeed. Like, I don't understand. Like, what did I ever do to you? What did I ever do to you?
I'm not entirely sure who she's referring to in this instance. And I don't think that AmberLynn is stupid, but Amber likes to only hear parts that she wants to hear, right? She only likes to comprehend information that is favorable to her. And she's very much so the kind of person who likes to quit. And my concern a lot of times with something like weight loss surgery is that she's going to actually get weight loss surgery. She's going to be post-operative, and then she's going to decide, this is too much for me. And at that point, she's stuck. And that can put you in a very, very negative space. And I don't want her to continue doing that self-harm behavior that she was doing post-surgery, pre-surgery, post-surgery, because the outcomes can be so, so much worse. That's why, like, I want her to have a better understanding of, like, what actual weight loss is. I want her to have a better understanding of, like, what weight loss surgery would entail for her, what the side effects of it are, just everything. It can't just be, oh yeah, cool, you know, I got the surgery, they cut out some of my stomach, I'm not hungry anymore, and now I'm going to lose a ton of weight. That's really not how it works, unfortunately. Amber has this problem where she believes she knows a lot more about a topic than she actually does. We've seen this, a pattern of this in the past, right? A doctor will tell her something and she'll go back and she'll be like, well, that doesn't seem right to me. And I'm like, yeah, but you didn't go to medical school, right? Like, you're talking about nutrition information here. Well, you're like almost 600 pounds. You don't know what you're doing. That's why you're almost 600 pounds. You don't know what the right things to do are in this situation, right? That's why maybe listen to the professionals, maybe heed their advice. But she oftentimes has this weird belief that she, like, knows more than other people because she has had the lived experience. And unfortunately, her lived experience is that of an addict, and her addiction dilutes her into thinking things that aren't necessarily true. So I don't know. This is a complicated thought. And once more, I don't know who she's talking about. I don't think Amber is stupid in any regard, but she definitely does not make very intelligent decisions a lot of times. Anyway, next. So this is the ColourPop haul video that she does. She got a ton of stuff, and she's basically just showing us everything that she got. This video isn't particularly interesting to me. It just continues that trend that Amber has had in the past of really consuming things in excess. And that's another thing that worries me about weight loss surgery, because addiction transfer can become so much more common after weight loss surgery. It becomes much more common after any kind of like addiction treatment, right? So if you quit one thing, you're much more likely to become addicted to another thing, especially if you haven't dealt with your mental health. So this is just another one of those things that, like, concerns me, because she already has a habit of doing this. She already displays a little bit of, like, problematic thought patterns when it comes to consuming things. And so my worry is that, like, after she gets weight loss surgery and she's like can't eat anymore, she might transfer all of that negative emotion, all of that, like, self-soothing action into, like, buying a bunch of shit that she doesn't need, and essentially driving her and Becky into bankruptcy. Anyway, next.
Okay. What is the most degrading thing you've ever done for money? I'm probably gonna say the era when I was with Destiny. We lived with her mom. I was going through, like, major depression. I was at a very low point in my life. I just started making really good money on YouTube. And I noticed, the more I show my body, the more I eat, the more views I get. So I was super extra, and I had this huge bowl of Captain Crunch in a mukbang, and that was all trolling. This is the only bowl that's clean. It's huge. Anyways, so I'm gonna be eating Captain Crunch. It's the Captain Crunch's berry kind. It is past 3 a.m. and I haven't eaten all day. Such a bad habit. So there's just a little bit more. I don't really like that, like, dust part. You guys can't really see my head. I'm trying to show this mainly, but it's, like, hard. I just want to say, like, this is a lot of cereal when I film my mukbangs, I try to eat just a little bit more than I normally would, because this, no, I would never eat this much. People are saying that I'm eating too little in a mukbang. People are saying I'm doing mukbangs wrong. I don't even know anymore. I just do it because why not? There are people who enjoy these videos. I, for one, enjoy these videos. And then there was one where I walked down the steps and I made it seem like super hard for me. Keep in mind, I have a heel spur. This leg hurts. I fell. So I hold on to here at first. And then I go. Oh, I was gonna get pajamas and I forgot. And then I hold on to this little thing. I don't know what it is, but it's there.
It's for the handrails when they put them up.
And then there's a thing right here that I can hold on to. So I do that. And then I hold on to this part. When I'm going up, I go up like a ladder. Like I use my hands and my feet.
I do the same thing.
And then I get to this part and I hold on to the doorway. Yeah, it's hard for anybody. Like, I'm almost 500 pounds, so it's a little rough, but I get through it. Trolling, and I want to say that was like degrading. It was really degrading.
This is the video that she does where she's answering a lot of TMI questions about herself. She has this game where it's like extreme personal questions or whatever. So she's going to go through them, and there's a couple of ones that she talks about that I kind of want to talk about myself, including this question that she had about whether or not she's ever, you know, like eaten on camera or something. I don't have the question in front of me, so I've kind of forgotten. I just have my notes and my thoughts on it. And she plays this video clip of, you know, when she's eating that entire bowl of like Cap'n Crunch and when she's like really making an issue out of it going up and down the stairs. I believe that, right? That's AmberLynn trolling. We know that she's a troll. We know that she trolls. So I'm not surprised that she did that. But this is in direct contradiction to what she said before about where she doesn't like, she didn't gain weight for the camera, right? This is what I was talking about. Yes, you didn't gain the weight for the camera. You gained the weight as a result of actions that you were doing for the camera. It's 1 degree of separation, but it's still kind of there, and I think it still kind of counts.
When have you made the biggest fool out of yourself for love? I don't know. I feel like a lot of my major relationships have been on YouTube, and I want to say I made a fool out of myself after Destiny and I broke up. I got drunk on camera. You guys love Drunklyn though. I'm wearing no pants right now. Like, why did I say that? Destiny wanted me back, would I take her? In a heartbeat, because Destiny is fucked. Like, oh my god, she's dating someone, you guys. Destiny is loving someone else. That's so funny. Yeah, too. If I could be this happy every day, I wouldn't need no bitch by my side. Let me tell you, no bitch. Ew, I don't need this. I have some beer downstairs. I might like drink. I don't even like beer, but I don't want this to end. Okay, selfie. Wait, watch. I'm gonna call it the drunk selfie. I'm so gross. This is my bae right for today. I'm too fat. Oh my god. That's my baby. Caroline, you divine. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go get some beer, I think. I might be drunk, but I'm crazy. This is my fucking Valentine's Day. I feel like I was a fool.
I'll be honest, Drunklyn is probably my favorite version of Amber. She is much, much more entertaining that way. She's also like a little bit more belligerent, but it was like super funny. And the videos of her from like post-Destiny breakup where she's like drunk on camera are maybe some of the most entertaining that AmberLynn has ever been. I know in one of them she's pretty upset, but there's another one where she's like not, which is the clip that she shows. I don't know. I thought it was nice. I thought that video was pretty interesting to watch.
All right, let's go deep down in there. That's what she said. What is a recent negative thought you have had about your body while you were naked? I mean, that's a super easy answer. I hate my body. I hate it for more reasons than you guys probably think. It's obvious that I hate my body because of how big it is, but I also hate it because I have lymphedema. I have scars on my body because I pick scabs. Wow, I feel so embarrassed. I'm ashamed and embarrassed about how I look.
She says that she's ashamed of her body, and I believe that. You know, when you get to be a certain weight, when, you know, if you are not confident in the way that you look, and a lot of times the reason you aren't confident in the way that you look is because you don't fit the ideal, it's really easy to become very, very self-conscious and very, very loathing of your body. And it's a thing that I've had to work at myself because I myself have had a lot of very negative thoughts about the way that I look. It really affects my self-esteem in some regards. And what my takeaway from that has been that I should be thankful for everything that my body does for me. I mean, I am my body and my body is me, but I should be thankful for the health that I have and the time that I have it. And I should try and preserve that going forward. It should always come from a place of love and not from a place of self-punishment.
Who have you been truly jealous of recently and why? I'm jealous of people who literally get away with like the worst stuff ever. But then I sit here and say, I don't like pizza, and then I do like pizza, and it's like this whole thing where I like deserve jail time.
This is so stupid. This makes me so like upset when she says shit like this. She's like, people do like the worst things and they still have people who love them. You still have people who love you, right? If you look at any one of her, thumbs up versus thumbs down, yeah, she gets ratioed in every single video, but she still has like 1,000+ people who will thumbs up her videos. You still have a core group of people who want to watch you, who like your video. You just choose to focus on the majority of people who don't like you and who dislike you, and they watch you for hate reasons, right? And once more, people who are commenting about you for the most part are telling you to lose weight and go to therapy. If you're comparing yourself to like James Charles and Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, people want them to go to jail. So like maybe like step back a little bit and consider, right? No one is saying AmberLynn should go to jail. People are saying go to therapy and lose weight. And yeah, maybe they're really harsh about it, but that's fundamentally what most people are saying. There are going to be some people who are going to tell her to go like kill herself or something, but I'm not talking about those people, right? I'm talking about the vast majority of people who dislike her videos. So yeah, you do get hate, but no, the intensity of it is very different. And also they've got different audiences. Your audience is mostly older people. Their audience is mostly children. And I'm sorry to say this, but children are mostly stupid. It is what it is. Not a lot of children watch my videos either, so I can very comfortably say that.
What's the most difficult thing you have overcome and how did you get there? A lot. You know, horrible childhood that put me into foster care. I was able to overcome that. Diagnosed with uterine cancer, overcame that. I was in a abusive relationship in more ways than one, and I overcame that. When I was a very, very little girl, I was abused in a certain way by a family member. I overcame that. I have overcome bullying. I've overcome heartbreak, depression, horrible panic attacks. I have overcome a lot. How? Strength.
This is a tough question. I'm not going to touch on her past. I've spoken about that before, why I'm not talking about in particular that situation anymore. But she has had a very rough upbringing. But this idea that she has overcome it, she hasn't. I wouldn't say so, at least in my opinion. She has lived through it, which is not the difference as having overcome it. Because overcoming it would mean that she is now over what happened in her past and she's thriving going forward. And that's not true. The stuff that happened in her past still affects her, right? She has said multiple times that the reason that she overeats is because of her like very rough upbringing. So how can you then say that I overcame it? You haven't overcome it. You're simply not existing in that moment anymore. And you're not living now, you're existing now. And it's very sad. I really wish that you would actually overcome it, that you would see a therapist and that you would get the mental health care that you need so that you can move forward and be better and be happier. But you haven't, and you aren't. I don't like, this is a difficult thing, I think. And I don't want to come down very harshly one way or the other. That's just the way that I see it. Let me know down below what you guys think about this, because I genuinely don't like, I think saying that I've overcome it implies that you're in a better place now than you were then. And I don't know if that's necessarily true.
What happened the time you got the most in trouble with your parents? I didn't really get in trouble often. Oh, but I do remember something. I was in 2nd grade, and on a sticky note, oh my God, I could not believe I'm about to, oh, I hate this game. This gets me in trouble. So on a sticky note, I wrote in 2nd grade, I wrote, "Will you have sex with me?" And I was going to give it to my friend who was coming to my house that day. Long story short, I accidentally dropped the note under my chair. My teacher found it. She knew it was mine based on handwriting, where she found it within the location. And I got sent home. My parents obviously found out what happened, and I got in really big trouble. And by the way, my friend was a girl. A lot of people ask, how'd you know you liked girls? Honestly, I have liked girls since forever. Like, there was never a time that I was like, oh, I'm straight, or, you know, I've liked girls literally since kindergarten. So, yeah.
The only thing about this that I find surprising is that she knew what sex was in 2nd grade. I didn't know anything about that, so I'm a little surprised by that. But hey, different upbringings. Anyway, that will be all I have to say about this video. I actually really like these like TMI story time about me videos. They haven't gotten boring so far, at least. So I hope she does do more of these. I'm enjoying them. That will be it from me. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you hated this video, you can give me a thumbs down. That's totally okay. I respect everybody's opinions here. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the notification bell down below and hit all if you want to know when I upload any video right away. I've got all my social medias linked down below. I've got Instagram, where I've got food stuff and life stuff, and there's always more stuff coming. I've got Twitter, where I'm a little bit toxic and a little bit petty, but hey, all my opinions are on there, and that's the easiest place to interact with me. And I've got Patreon. Think of Patreon as the tip jar for the internet. So if you like the job that I'm doing here and you would like me to continue, consider tossing a few coins in my direction. You don't have to. It's not necessary. But if you could, that would be really appreciated. And everything that you give me goes directly back into this channel, and it really does help me keep the lights on. So thank you so much to my patrons, and I look forward to seeing some of you as future patrons. As always, I'm Jasmine, the sequel, and I am not relatable. Peace. A special thanks to my patrons: Acrophobe Christina, Courtney EP, Gigi Wee, Wild Rose, Jam Beans, Jay Thomas, Lauren Chris, Michael B. Petty, That British Unicorn, Sky Andropolis, Sonia P, Xanthal, Debbie Elliott, D. Higgins, Juliet Q, and Kate O.